Okay, here's part 2, and this is a lesson on being able to produce a table and a linear equation when you're given a graph or a graphed line. Okay, so again, 3-part series, given one, you need to be able to make the other two. Okay, so here is, I have 2 examples. I covered this one up, so hopefully it's slightly less distracting and saves me the time of drawing it again while I'm doing the video, but we'll do 2 examples again. Here's the graphed line, and I need to produce an equation and a table from that. Now, obviously, I'm doing a whiteboard, and hopefully when you see these things, it'll be on graphed paper, and you'll see the increments 1, 2, and so on. But I think there's enough here that you can follow along. So it really doesn't matter if I produce the table first or the equation first, but let's just go ahead and do the equation first this time. Maybe I'll do the table first next time. The equation is going to be in y equals mx plus b format, again, where m is the slope, okay, and b is the y-intercept. Well, look, if I look at this graph, I can see that the y-intercept is 1, 2, 3, 4. 0, 4. So my b for my y-intercept is 0, 4. Of course, when I write the b, I don't need to write the 0, but the y-intercept is 4. I already have most of my equation done. I know that's going to be y equals something x plus b. I just found my b to be 4. Let's find what the slope is. Very easy to find that. We'll do rise over run. I'm going to go start from one point and then go up or down, rise or run, left and right. I'll start up and down for my rise, left and right for my run. So I'll start here at this point, and I want to move to this point. Okay, so to get from here to here, I need to go down 2. Okay, and down is a negative. Okay, down 2, and then right 1. Okay, so right is a positive. So my slope should be negative 2 over 1, and we can simply write that as negative 2. Now let me just double check that. Okay, I went from here to here. I went down 2, right 1. That's negative 2 over 1. Of course, if I go from here to here again, it'll be down 2. Right 1. What if I moved from this point back up? In fact, what if I moved from this point all the way up to this point? What would happen? Well, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 up. That's a rise of 4. But then I'm going to go left 1, 2. That's a run of negative 2 is left. And so 4 over negative 2 is still negative 2. Okay, so my slope is negative 2. So my equation will be y equals negative 2x plus 4. Now, of course, now I can make a table. One way to make this table would be to plug in values for x and see what y becomes and get coordinates that way. Well, there's an easier way though also, where if I have this already, I can just, to make my table, I can just name points on this line. So this point is negative 1, 6. Okay, that's 1 point on my line. This point is 0, 4. This point is 1, 2. I have 2, 0. And just for fun, I have 3, negative 2. Again, by the way, if you were to plug in 1 in for x, right, you would get 1 times negative 2 is negative 2. Negative 2 plus 4 is 2. So if x is 1, y should be 2. Right? Okay. So let's do one more. Erase this because this had to do with the last example. Here's my graphed line. Yeah, hopefully you can see that. I know it's not spectacular, but I think it's clear enough. I hope it is anyway. Change my I changed my graph a little bit. I'll tell you what these points are. Anyway, let's go from a graph to an equation. Well, y equals mx plus b. I need to know what my m is, and I need to know what my b is. The y-intercept is very easy to see. It's negative 3 or 0, comma, negative 3. Okay, now, I didn't draw this very well, but this point is supposed to be 4, comma, negative 2, and this point was supposed to be 8, comma, negative 1. Okay, so if you're drawing this on graph paper, make sure you draw yours a little bit better. This point is negative 4, comma, negative 4. Okay? So, to find my slope, I'm going to start at one point and go to the other point. I'm going to go up 1. 1 is positive. I'm going to go right 4. Right is also positive. My slope should be 1/4. Okay? Y equals 1/4 x plus negative 3, or if you wanted to say y equals 1/4 x minus 3, that would be perfectly acceptable as well. Okay, now to draw my table, right? Again, I could, if I wanted to, just pick endpoints for here and plug them into the equation, but since we have it graphed out, all I need to do is write in what the values of all my coordinates are. Does anybody know what this one's going to be? It's going to be negative 1, and it's going to be, or 8, negative 1, right? And then, you know, I can't see another one on here, but you can probably guess what it's going to be right now. This is increasing by 4 each time, so this would be 12. This is decreasing by 1, so this is going to be 0. And now I have my table, okay? Again, very fast, said a lot in that short time. Please go back and pause and watch it again slowly, or at least one more time, just to get all of the information. And see you on the next video.